And I hope each and every point is clear in trading account. You might have studied it yesterday. So now we are coming to the numericals for trading account. See, it is saying prepare a trading account for the year ended 31st March 2019 from the following balances. Now see, it is clearly given for which date, for which year you have to prepare the trading account. So you will always write trading account for the year ending 31st March 2019. So here you will not leave it blank now. If date is not given, then you can leave it blank. March 31, 2019. Now you have to read the particulars. You have to think over whether it will come in trading account or not. So first thing is opening stock. So opening stock becomes 2 lakh. So you will write here 2 lakh. See, one thing I should make it clear, there are 3 large formats in this chapter. One is trading account, one is profit and loss account, and one is balance sheet. So if you have not done the things on time, you are leaving them, then this whole chapter will become very, very difficult for you. There will be around 20 to 30 accounts in the list. As trial balance, you have seen it. If you have seen it, you have to classify them. Which account will go in trading account, which account will go in profit and loss account, and which account will go in balance sheet. And then the debit side or credit side, asset side or liability side also. So later on, it will become very complex. And after that, adjustments will also be there. So whatever we are doing in a particular day, you have to complete that topic on that very day. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to cover that. So don't give any space for slackness. And try to increase your participation in the class. Lot of calculation work is there. So you have to practice these things. And I clearly told that this is the base of class 12. Purchases 10 lakh. Because I have to subtract purchase return also. That's why I will write it in inner column. This is outer column and this is inner column. So I will write this amount in inner column. So that's why I will be able to subtract the amount. So purchase is 10 lakh. Each and everything is clearly visible. Now, okay, thank you. Purchase return is 60,000, so I will write here 60,000. So purchase return will be deducted from purchases. So that's why both amounts have been written in the inner column. Now the final amount after subtraction will come here. It will be 9,40,000. So this is the way of presenting purchase minus purchase return. And sometimes what students do, they don't draw this line. So you have to draw this line also. Next is sales. Sales are 25 lakh. So sales I will write here. $25 lakh. See, right now we are practicing trading account. So in questions, generally you will get the accounts which you will be able to write in trading account. Later on, you will get more accounts. Some of the accounts will go to profit and loss account. Some of the accounts will go to balance sheet. So you will not be able to classify them if you have not practiced each and everything in advance. So right now, focus on trading account only. And if you will learn it, then you will be able to complete the profit and loss account. If you will learn both of them, then you will be able to complete the balance sheet. This is the proper sequence of learning this chapter. But if somehow you are not preparing it on a daily basis and later on you will start after 4 or 5 days when the whole chapter is done, then no one will be able to help you, because I will not be able to teach it from the very beginning, and then you will not be able to do it. This is the simple logic. Sales return is 1 lakh. So now the final amount will be 24 lakh. Till here everything is clear? Now next thing is carriage on sales. So carriage on sales is 50,000. So carriage on sales, yesterday I told it is a selling expense. Carriage on sales is selling expense. So that's why it will not come in the trading account. Selling expenses, distribution expenses, office and administration expenses. These all are indirect expenses. And this will never come in trading account. Because in trading account, we will write only direct expenses. Then office rent. Right now I told that office expenses and administration expenses will not come in trading account. So that's why you should be clear about that it is also an indirect expense. That's why it will also not be written in trading account. Yes, these both accounts are clear. Why we are not writing? Now next is freight. So freight will come here. Freight and cartage. So whatever the account is given in the question, that I will write here only. So freight I will be writing here. Freight is how much? 32,500. Freight is 32,500. So wages I will be writing here 1,50,000. If anywhere you feel any doubt or you need any explanation or more explanation you need, you can ask me. But keep responding in the chat box so that I will be able to know who is listening and who is getting. Factory lighting. Now yesterday I told that manufacturing expenses or factory expenses, whatever it is, any type of expense which is belonging to factory, that will come in the trading account. So factory lighting, and it is 54,000. Next is coal, gas and water. So this belongs to this category. This is also a fuel. Coal is also a fuel. Coal, gas and water. Now, one query is there that how we come to know that we should write it on the debit side or credit side. See, yesterday I told that whatever expenses are there, it will come on the debit side, and whatever revenues are there, it will come on the credit side. So these all are your expenses: wages, carriage, freight, coal, gas and water, gas, fuel and power, or simply power is given. So if these are your expenses, you will have to write it on the debit side. Now, next account is carry on purchase. So carry on purchase will also be direct expense. It will come here 40,000. Factory rent. It is also a factory expense. So it will also come here. I will change the name. Factory rent. And it is 2,20,000. So 2,20,000. Yes, please. Till here it is clear. Now, see, we have posted all the accounts which we can post in trading account. Closing stock will be always outside the trial balance. The logic has been explained in the chapter of trial balance. Why it will always be outside the trial balance. So you have to write the value of closing stock also here, 3 lakh. So in this way I have completed it. The rest accounts which are not required, I am deleting that account. This is not required. This is not required. Coal, gas and water, the amount I forgot to write, 11,000. So the amount of coal, gas and water is 11,000. Then this is also not required. So whatever not required, just a minute, some queries there. This I understood. I am asking that how name of account is given in the question. In that sequence only we have to write, or we can change the sequence. Like serial number 2 we will write first, and serial number 1 we will write after 2. Just a minute, I will answer your query. See, one query is there that are we required to maintain the sequence? So sequence is required, not that much compulsorily, but what has to be written is at least 2 opening stock will be there always in the beginning. But somehow, if somehow you forgot to write it, then you can write it later also. There is no such compulsion in the case of proprietorship accounts. But presentation wise, it looks odd if you are writing opening stock on some later part. So we need opening stock in the beginning. Then afterwards purchases should be there. Less purchase return should be there. So it is not possible to change it. But if somehow you miss these things, then you can write it somewhere else on the debit side. But purchase minus purchase return will be presented like this only. You cannot do that like purchase return I will be writing here and purchase I will be writing here. That I cannot do. Same here, only 3 accounts are there. So if suppose you are writing here by closing stock, that looks awkward. That is not according to the presentation norms. But you will get the answer and your means you will be able to complete the question if still you are writing here by closing stock and then later on you are writing by sales, the sales return. So that doesn't matter, but preferably you should follow at least the sequence till here as it is, till this column. Are you able to see the cursor? Then later part sequence is not required. Whatever expenses you are getting for trading account, you can write it in any sequence. Okay, now this query is clear. So this is the gross profit which I will be getting. Now, how I will be knowing whether I will be getting gross profit or gross loss? First, I have to check whether this total is greater or this total is greater. So I will ask you first, you tell me which total you feel, which total is greater, credit side or debit side. See, sales amount is given 25 lakhs, sales return is given 1 lakh. So 25 lakh minus 1 lakh, it becomes 24 lakh. So I have not done wrong. Net sales are 24 lakh, but sales are 25 lakh. Out of sales, you have deducted sales return 1 lakh. That's why you are getting 24 lakh. Now see 27 lakh, 24 lakh plus 3 lakh, 27 lakh. The total of credit side is 27 lakh. Now I will have a fast look on this side and I will check because calculators are not allowed in the exams. 2 plus 9, 11 plus 1, 12 plus 2, 14. So even if I add these all, it will not cross the 24 lakh. So it means credit side total is greater than debit side. Is this point clear? How to check it without calculator, how to assess, how to get an idea? So what I will do now, I will first write the total here. The total which is greater. Oh, sorry. The amount I have written now. Fine. I will write here 27 lakh. The total which is greater, first that I will be writing. Then second thing is that whenever you are doing total in accountancy, you have to double underline it. This way. Now the same total will be copied on the opposite side. So I will copy it here. Yes, this process is clear. Now what I have to do, let me show you. I should bring it on the same page. Now it will be visible to you. I have to subtract these all amounts from 27 lakh. Now what most of you will be doing, they will be first writing these all amounts in rough. So you will be copying these amounts from one page to another. Like I have done this mistake here. You will also be doing some mistake in copying the amounts from here to another page. Then you will be wasting your time in writing the amounts again on another page. So you have to save this time. You have to learn how to save this time. So what is the correct manner? Because I will not be able to write the amounts in that manner. So that's why I will be writing it in rough here. See, 0 is there. And in the last total, you should get 0. So what should I add in 0 so that I should get a 0? 0. Fine. Then second thing, again 0 is coming. and I should get a 0. So again I will be adding 0. Then 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 5. So now I got total 5 here. 5. And I need a 0 in the last, in the total. So what should I add it to the 5 so that a 0 should come in the last? I have to add a number in 5 so that I should get a 0 in the last of the total. The more you will participate, you will learn. Yes, very good, very good. So I should add 5. So I will be writing here 5. So like I should write here 0, 0. No, it will not work. 5. So if I will write 5 and 5 here in the gross profit, then it will come 0. Now the 5 plus 5 becomes 10. So 0 will be here and 1 will be carrying on. If you are getting the method, please confirm me in the chat box. Because many are not participating. Later on they will say, sir, we did not get how you calculated the gross profit. Now 1 is carry on. So 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2, 4 plus 4, 8. 8, what number I should add in 8 so that I should get a 0 in the last? Yes, very good, very good. That will make your calculations fast. Very good. So 8 plus 2 will become 10. So I have to write here 2. Got it? Now again it becomes 8 plus 2, 10. 0 will be here and 1 will be carry on here. Now 1 plus 4, 5 plus 5, 10, 14, 15, 18, 20, 25 and I need a 0. So what should I add in 25 so that I should get a 0 in the last? Yes, correct, 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 correct. 5. So if I will add 25 plus 5, I will get 30. So 0 will come here and 3 will be carry on. 3 plus 2, 7, 5, 9, 14, 115 to 17 plus 10. So if I will add 10 here, it will become 27. So this is clear. So my gross profit is 10,52,000. And the question is complete.